Tonight, an NYPD officer is back home recovering after a gunshot hit him in the arm early this morning in the Bronx. Investigators charged a 16-year-old with attempted murder in the case, and police are still looking for two others. And while that officer is okay, some in the neighborhood where this happened are not okay. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan has the story from Belmont.
Alicia and her two young children made a rare trip outside after dark tonight. The way was lit with the blue and red reflections of police lights in just about every doorway, and so they figured with so many police on the street, after one officer was shot here this morning, it was probably safe to get out. Julianne wants to be a mailman someday, but even he knows it's best to stay inside now.
I like staying safe.
Yeah, and does that mean staying inside?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you ever go outside? Do you ever hear some of the stuff that happens outside? Do you hear gunshots?
Sometimes.
How old are you?
7.
In the Belmont section of the Bronx, where broken windows go unrepaired and buildings sit deserted sometimes for years, where crime scene tape litters the sidewalks, it's not safe for families.
There's a lot of violence around the area, a lot of shooting, a lot of stabbing, especially during the night.
Do you hear the shootings?
Yeah.
It's not even safe for police.
As they pull up, at least one male fires at least 6 times, striking the windshield and our officer, who was seated in the passenger seat. He was struck in the left arm.
That officer, who was in a unit assigned to take guns off the street, was not seriously injured and was released from the hospital later in the day. A 16-year-old boy was arrested at the scene of the shooting, and police are looking at video of the scene for others who may have fired shots. A reward was offered for people who might know who was involved. Police know it's a rough neighborhood.
They've arrested multiple people for firearms at that location. They've made pickup arrests for robberies and such.
The very dangerous work the police were engaged in early this morning continues, of course. There are still plenty of guns on the streets here and across the city. Police are doing their best to get rid of them. Parents, here at least, are rooting for them.